Right, so I'm just going to start in and stop it just to make sure that everything's okay, so everything's clear, nothing's touching, so everything looks fine, okay? And then the next thing then is to set it up. Okay, so when we're all setting up any circular saw, again, remembering that 8mm, okay, the crown guard, top guard, must come down and be within 8mm of the timber that you're cutting. Okay, always. And obviously the reason for that, 8mm, you're not going to get your finger in there. Okay, yeah? So 8mm is the magic number. It'll be the same on the planers and whatever you use, 8mm. Okay? So I brought that down to the 8mm. I'm going to bring my fence up to the size of the timber I need to cut. So it's locked into place. And then the next thing is when you start to cut it, you can start the machine up. We're going to push it through. Okay? Now your hand, see my hand here, it doesn't go any further than that table. Okay? The reason being is that your hand should not be within 300mm of that saw blade. And roughly, that's a little bit more there, but just for safety reason, go up to there. Don't go any further than that. Okay? So as soon as you're going up to there, you're then getting your push stick and pushing that through here. Okay? Don't do things like, if you've got a wide bit of timber, I've seen it happen, where people are here, but got one hand on the side here, holding it in. That defeats it all, because your hand now is close to the saw blade, isn't it? So always, if you think it's needed, you've got a wide piece, and you want better control of it, you can want one on the top pushing here, one pushing in on the side, just to keep it in place. Okay? Push it through, and push it right through, so that goes through out of the way. Okay? And if you do make a push stick, or you look at any push stick, you should find that from that point there to here is 300. So again, it's no good holding it there. It's been made in a way, it's about 450mm long, so that distance there is 300. So you're holding it right back here, push it through. Places to stand when you're sawing, always to the side, for obvious reasons. The saw blade is coming towards you, so what he wants to do with that bit of wood is to push it back this way. You're pushing against it, and you're pushing against the saw blade, it wants to come back this way. If you're standing here, it comes back, there's only one place it's going to go. Right in there. You don't want that. So we push it through, get to the side. So if it goes, it can go back that way, out of the way, past the side. Okay? Now, this particular saw is a dimension saw, and its primary function is to cut sheet material. Okay? So the fence is slightly different on this one as would be for a rip saw. We've got the fence, an adjustable fence in this one, a roll adjustable. If you cut your sheet material, you can have it anything up to halfway. Alright, because the sheet material is there, and you need that support for it. If you're ripping timber, then the fence, and if you look at the back of the fence here, that back of the fence should be in line with the gullet. And the gullet there is the bottom of the saw blade there. Okay? So where your teeth are, the bottom curve there, that's the gullet. That gullet should be in line with the back of this. Alright, for cutting timber. And the reason for timber is, as you're pushing timber through, especially bigger pieces of timber with a rip saw, you want somewhere for that timber to go. You don't want a loose bit of timber in there. On this side, you're able to push it through with your push stick, aren't you? And you can push it out the way. But the bit that's sawn in there is still in there, isn't it? If that is too far forward, the piece of wood is got nowhere to go. Where if it's back, that piece of wood can fall out the way, can it? Can go out the way, it's got somewhere to go. Okay? Very important. You don't need loose bits there, because that's when the accident happens and kicks back. Okay? I think that's it. stop. What should not stop. Right. Saw blades, or all hand-held or hand-fed machines, should stop within 10 seconds. Got to be. Some are done with electronic brakes. The big Ripsaw we've got, and if you've used that, that stops pretty instant. It's got electronic brake. The crosscut saw has. Some of the other machines then rely solely on the tension of the belt. Okay, because the motor slows down. There's no brake on it, just the motor slowing down itself naturally, and that stops the blade. So sometimes if it starts to go over 10 seconds, you need to tighten tension at the belt, sorry. So I don't know if we can count it just to see. Eight, 9 seconds maybe. That's fairly close. That's probably close to be needing adjusting. That is. Once you've done any sort of maintenance, changed the blade, anything maintenance, it should be recorded in a log. Okay? And we've got a maintenance log here for all the machines. There's the one with dimensions. So it's been signed, dated, or when things were carried out. Okay?